Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NeverOpenPod podcast, the podcast open to everyone, especially why not? My name is Luke. I'm your host of the NeverOpenPod podcast, and with me, as always, is Mr. Andy. Sally, Mr. Andy.
Hello, Mr. Andy. Hello, Luke. Hello to the listeners, and hello and goodbye, I guess, to the 2024 eclipse in Ohio. Yeah, we had a solar eclipse, and it was like the sun disappeared for like a split second, and then it came right back, and it was like, wow.
Damn. Vampires couldn't even get an extra 10 minutes of darkness. It was just blink and you'll miss it. Damn. Hope it didn't interrupt their sleep patterns too much.
I hope it did. Fuck vampires. They eat us. They eat people, right?
That is true. All right, fair enough. All right. I'm afraid we can't endorse vampirism anymore. So any vampires listening to this, please still buy a t-shirt.
Damian Priest won some title at WrestleMania or something, and I saw him in ROH, and he was a giant vampire. Is kind of what his gimmick was.
I love my mate Tim. I love him, but he gave me running commentary on most of the night too, and I'm like, okay, awesome. I mean, I'm not going to say stop it because hey, he's showing some passion about wrestling. That's pretty good. It's fine.
I had fun.
But then he video called me for the last 10 minutes of the main event and had it on the screen the whole time. So I got to see the thing happen where the other dude lost and the other guy won, but there was all sorts of old people stanking up the ring. And I'm sure it's fun.
A lot of people liked it, Luke. But,
I'm sure. I'm happy for people who like that. It was good, I guess. Last 10 minutes.
You don't sound very happy about it.
Yeah. I'd rather talk to you for 10 minutes than watch the wrestling, but it's fine. The WWE wrestling, I mean, I'm not a huge on it, as listeners may know, but I am huge on professionalism, Mr. Guy. So after the professionalism, we're going to talk about Sakura Genesis, pretty much the only wrestling I watched over the weekend. Actually, it was, the only wrestling I watched over the weekend. But yes, there's ways people can contact and interact with us if they wish to. We're on the Tweety. So collectively, if you want to talk to us about wrestling and shit, at NeverOpenPod. You want to talk to us individually, you can do that too. I'm at Grumpy2EB, and Mr. Guy is at Drusifer Tweets. If you want to send us a written or voice email, you can do that too. NeverOpenPod at gmail.com. Also, if you got any of that Sasha Banks money, you can get some Never Open podcast merch. It'll make you look never as back. And if you're on the YouTubes, hey, we're there. Never Open Podcast. Search us out. You can see right now I am wearing a Never Open Podcast t-shirt. Look at that. I am never as fuck right now. You get yours. This is the best belt in wrestling. Put it on you. We also have our podcast on it too. Do that.
You look very comfortable, as if it's so soft that it kind of kisses your skin. It's like that soft, I think.
Tell you what, everyone who's got a Never Open hoodie says they're nice and warm.
Yeah,
I know it's getting to winter near our area. So if you're down my area, people, and it's getting colder. But if it's getting warmer up the other end, t-shirt time. Oh, buy both. Fuck it. Get some socks.
There's also tank tops as well. I was going to wear one on this very episode, but the camera was breaking. It was like blinding the camera. I couldn't see. Right. The contrast was so off that it was so white that it just bleached out the screen. So I couldn't do that. Luke. So we're going to talk about Sakura Genesis, and we both really liked it a lot, right?
Yeah. I had a fucking blast the whole time. I don't even know I think you're either watching WrestleMania with mates or doing other stuff, but I'm like, I don't even care if he's asleep or awake. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah.
Meaning you were sending me messages that I got later, is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
So the way I watched the show is that I woke up. It started at 4 a.m. for me, so I wasn't going to wake up for fucking Frontier Zone, which actually started at 3:30, so I wasn't waking up for that. But by the time I was up and at 'em, the main event was starting, so I watched the main event live, and we'll talk about what we thought about that. And then I went back and watched everything else later, and I still had a blast. It didn't matter what order you're going to watch this show in, you're going to have a good time.
Yep, I watched it in order the next morning. Actually, I was like, let's get Wilma walked so I can come home and just put on the fucking wrestling. And from the first match to the main event, I had a really good time. Yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic.
I don't think there was a single stank match on the card, Mr. Guy.
Wow. I can't wait, because there's not just wrestling.
All right. There is kind of one, but it's like it's injury and story, but like they even managed to salvage that, if that makes sense. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. What I was just going to say is that there's even stuff on the show that's not even wrestling, but is wrestling, and it's amazing, and we'll talk about it. So, but this show actually took place at Ryogoku Sumo Hall. And every once in a while, we like to find out, like, what we want to get our finger on the pulse, like feet on the ground, find out what it's like to go to these shows and go to these venues. So, I searched the internet for the best and worst of the reviews of this place, and I found a Google review and sent it to you for Ryogoku Sumo Hall.
That is true. Oh my God, I love these, by the way. And this is no exception. Thank you, Mr. Guy. It is a review of Ryogoku Sumo Hall, and it goes as following. As thus. As following? Whatever, I'm going to read it. Mm-hmm. Their attitude towards customers is very bad. I felt very bad. I don't want to use it again. Please replace your PR department staff. I am shocked by their level of unprofessionalism and rudeness over the phone. One of your staff even raised his voice at me. It's a shame that these people represent the arena. 1 star.
When I was reading that the first time, I read it in your voice, and it was like this slow burn, and I just couldn't believe how professional you are and how outraged you would be by the amount of unprofessionalism going on here.
Oh my God. That's a complete opposite of what I bring to this podcast, the level of decorum and professionalism, and
it's not a shame.
Yeah,
it's not a shame that you represent this arena. So
no. What about you? You got one?
I do. I also have a Google review, and it's from Anonymous, and I'm gonna read it. It goes, "What is the matter at Ryogoku Station? When I passed by, a commercial started at a volume so loud that it cracked the sound, and the baby started crying, and I was filled with murderous intent. I curse all the companies that put out commercials here. Please, at least lower the volume or turn off the sound at night. 1 star. Murderous intent."
It's not even the fucking arena. It's the train station. Close enough.
I wonder if he heard a commercial for the arena, and that's what got him all fired up.
Oh, that's true. Come to Ryogoku Sumo Hall, and you will see
Doki.
And then, that's right.
He said, "Yeah, too loud." Guy got all
Doki's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "No!"
There's no way a baby started crying when Doki said "yeah," though. It was probably Yoshihashi yelling. You know how he does. Also, Yoshihashi. Well, Luke, some of these big shows will start with like what they're calling the Frontier Zone match, and that's what we got today. And this match has the following folks in it. It's Ishii, Yano, Bolton Oleg versus Ayato Yoshida, Takura Niki, Chikirito Shoki. Not bad, I think. And so I started watching this, and I didn't know what commentary I had on yet. And then I heard the words connective tissue, and I immediately found the remote, and I was like, what the fuck? Put it on Japanese commentary for the rest of the show. So, but anyway, so I have these folks labeled as what they're wearing because I don't know who they are. So black shirt, he attacked Ishii out of nowhere, and he is very tiny in comparison, which is amazing. So Ishii kills him, and then Bolton Oleg does the same. A guy named White Trunks gets in, a few strikes, all right, and then he gets pounced by Bolton Oleg. Black Trunks back in versus Ishii, and it's really good. Black Trunks, pretty good. He gets featured in this match quite a bit. So Bolton's in versus Black Trunks too, and it's really good. Black Shirt comes back in, and he starts a triple team on Bolton Oleg, and then tiny little Black Shirt tries to lift up Bolton Oleg for something, and guess what happens? He gets gut wrenched a bunch of times, and then you can't. And Bolton Oleg pins Black Shirt, and Black Trunks trash talks Ishii after the match. I may have mixed Black Trunks and Black Shirt up at some point, but Black Trunks is the guy that got featured, and he's the guy who was like, "Fuck you, Ishii."
Yeah, that is true. This is one of the better Frontier Zone matches. I'm used to it just being not even 2 minutes, and I don't even get to know like what any wrestlers can do. And Taguchi's used his ass to win, and it's over. Like, fucking what? So this time we get some actual like wrestling, and Ishii's like, I'm not fucking selling for these Frontier Zone guys. Fuck this shit. I saw Ishii fan as well, like in the crowd at the start.
Oh, really? The guy that cosplays as Ishii? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah. He actually like genuinely looks like he could be Ishii's brother or something like that guy. I've seen him before.
He wishes he was Ishii's brother.
Yeah, true.
We all do.
Doesn't matter if he's a fan or a relative. He's getting about as much attention as like everybody else, which is zero. Unless he wants to beat you up, he's like, nah, it's all good.
Well, can you imagine that like you're the younger brother of Ishii and somebody's fucking with you at school, but they don't know. They're the new kid and they're trying to fuck with you, and you're like, are you dumb? Like
every other kid's like, are you out of your mind? Come on. One of the kids at school that yelled at him was like, what are you doing?
You step out of the way and Ishii's just behind him going, it's fine.
Oh my goodness. Just
I love
German
that.
Suplexes him into lockers.
Oh man! And then the locker shuts behind, and then Ishii just walks off.
The teacher saw everything. It's just like, you know what? I'm gonna say nothing and do it.
It's lunchtime. Gotta go.
That's right. Oh my goodness! All right, so we have our first real match, I guess, because we get the Sakura Genesis intro and all that kind of stuff.
Fired up, man. This place is fucking packed too. It's packed. Oh, yeah. They kind of have like a new setup. They got the like vertical Jumbotron, right? And the lights coming down the side, which is a little different than what they've done last year at Sakura Genesis and previous big shows. So I liked it.
That's right. And we start with this really weird team because Wato's still injured. It is Ryusuke Taguchi and El Desperado versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Kusai Fujita.
Fujita! Yay!
Hell yeah. So Taguchi is like the only wrestler I've ever seen wear sunglasses inside, and I still think he's a face. So there is that. He's just the biggest dag on earth. There is that too. El Desperado and Zack Sabre Jr. shaking hands. It's like, yeah, we're both faces, so the alignments check out. We're allowed to shake hands. It's fine. There's just awesome, great mat wrestling by El Desperado and Zack Sabre Jr. already, and I'm like, oh, it's the opening match, and I'm in a happy place already. All right, I'm in a good mood. And that doesn't really change for the rest of the show. So Fujita, he takes a cocky swing at Despy's on the apron as well, just knocks him down. So Despy definitely gives him a bit of a receipt not long after that, which I really liked. Taguchi does some ass attacks on Fujita, and then a one-legged brab. What an asshole. Yeah. Zack Sabre Jr. has Despy in a leg submission while Taguchi goes for an ass attack and just drops him on his knee at the same time. Oh my god, that was really cool.
Some important storytelling too.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's some gnarly submissions on Despy now, but he gets numero dos on Zack Sabre Jr. and no, he doesn't. But yes, he does. Oh, but no, he doesn't. No, man, it was so awesome. Fujita does an apron PK kick on Taguchi and then like hits this smooth looking springboard swanton.
That looked great. I don't remember him ever doing that before. No. But maybe he has. I don't know. That looked awesome.
I think I'm doubly impressed every time he does something like that, and it's super awesome because of that one stupid time that, hey, he went for a suicide dive and he just tripped over and fell on the tripped over the ropes and landed face first on the apron on the way down. And
Doki's done it 1,000 times.
Oh,
yeah, it's like part of his shit.
So to see him do something like Super Mega Crystal, I'm like, fuck yeah, but I shouldn't be surprised, really. There's this awesome moment right at the end. You just alluded to it earlier. Taguchi, he goes for an ass attack on Zack Sabre Jr. Oh, Zack Sabre Jr. already has a knee out. Taguchi stops in time and then hits him with the ass. Oh, that was a funny spot.
Crowd went nuts for that. I mean, that was a huge, huge reaction from the crowd. They were like, "Oh!" And Gucci's like, "Look what I did."
That's right. I outwitted Zack Sabre Jr. We all saw that, right? And as he's like going, "Yeah, I'm really smart," O'Connor roll onto Gucci by Vegeta for the win.
I love that. That match was fantastic, man.
Yeah,
it was tremendous. The shit with Zack Sabre Jr. and Desperado was like, I mean, does it get much better than that, you know? Exactly. And they had the deal where it wasn't too smooth, too. They're doing all kinds of crazy holds, but it looks kind of like herky-jerky, like it's going to hurt real bad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. And I do have to correct you that, like, Masahiro Chono, I think he, like, fucking wrestled in sunglasses. I mean, that guy always had sunglasses on. You mentioned...
He's got a heel? I know he's in the NWO.
Oh, I mean, you know, not anymore. But I think that's kind of
I thought it was for life.
I mean, no, heel. It's not heel for life because I mean they went back and forth, you know. So, but anyway, we got to be accuracy is very important on this podcast. You know that. So that's I can't apologize. So next we have Luke. We have
accuracy. You and I thought the fucking 3-way gauntlet match from the last show was for the stank belts. We're dumb.
We don't know what was going on. So, next, Luke, we have Gato and Finley. Great to see him, man. Versus Bushi and Hiromu. Interesting. You know, interesting match here. You wonder who is going to lose. We'll see. But Hiromu wants Finley, but Finley, he rolls out. He's like, nah, I don't want that. So Finley gives him what he wants eventually and just fucks Hiromu up. It's great. So, but LIJ, they use their impeccable teamwork to get back into the match. Bushi has like this mask on. It's like half Kamatachi and half Bushi. It's like
Hiromu wore one to the ring as well, and obviously he took it off. But yeah,
he was doing this Kamatachi thing, you know. So anyway, there's cheating from Gato, and he gets booed like loudly. It's awesome. Babyface Bushi and for some drop kicks, and he gets a bulldog drop kick combo. He's got dude in the bulldog, and then runs over and hits a drop kick and a bulldog. That was kind of cool, you know. Bushi Rooney, you know. Hiromu helps out though to take out Finley, and Bushi hits a drop kick instead of an MX. So he's set up for the MX. He hits a drop kick instead, confusing everyone. Everyone's like, "What?" And then he decided he just wants Gato to tap out, not pin him. So that's what happened. He's like midair. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna make him tap out. So he puts him in some crazy hold, and Gato does in fact tap out. LIJ get the win. Poor Finley, but there's more to that we need to talk about with Finley. What'd you think of that match, Luke?
I really liked it, and look, they're heating up Bushi all of a sudden. So I like that. Not only that, isn't there like some kind of junior tag?
I don't know anything about junior tag or junior singles tournament that's a round robin. I don't know anything about that.
No, me neither. No, I've got no idea what's going on. But yeah, I thought this was a great fun match, and the LIJ guys know Finley's probably going to kill us, so we got better teamwork than they do. Let's use it. I thought that was really cool.
So I guess we'll talk about Finley later after the show, after the main event, because he's got more story on this show, and it's not necessarily in the ring. So it's interesting stuff, though.
All right. So next we have Doki, Yu Uemura, and Sonata versus Great Khan on the Callum Cobb.
Oh, fancy.
Yes. One nitpick for this whole entire show is right here. I hear dun 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 dun. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Hang on a minute. Where is You Already Die?
Yeah. That's only for big matches, like championship matches.
Sorry.
Plus, Taka's not there, so.
Oh, right. Yeah, so I guess they'd have to pay Taka like he was there if they played the Taka voice. I don't know. All right, so I like this. There's Yu Uemura and Jeff Cobb to start the match. There's some awesome rope running stuff here, which is really fucking cool. Then Doki decides like he'll tag in and decide like, you know what? I can go Ishii. I'm going to go Cobb too.
Yeah.
So he tries to do a move on Jeff Cobb. He's caught and tossed around. He even tries for Daybreak. Jeff Cobb's just like, no. That's not happening, Doki. So he puts him in the stalling suplex position and just fucking tosses him like a sack of shit. And I'm just
Gorilla
like,
press slam on
oh,
Doki.
dude, Doki, man. Usually I'm like, that shit's illegal, but you know, you do try to hurt the man. He's gonna defend himself. I have to allow it.
The story with Doki is that he's got a big head now, right?
Yeah, 'cause
That's
he's
the
beat her
deal,
over.
right? He's standing around going, "Yeah, I beat her." It's great.
That's right. I love that. I love that big time. In fact, the only thing that is illegal in this match is when Great-O-Khan sits on Doki in the corner and goes, I'm like, no.
I don't like it at all.
There's this really cool segment with like Great-O-Khan and Yu Uemura, and like Great-O-Khan catches Yu Uemura unawares and just does this awesome kind of throw on him. That was really cool.
Throw.
Yeah, it was really cool, but it wasn't smooth. It had a roughness to it, which I quite like. It's like a deadlift throw.
Another time they were wrestling, it was either Great-O-Khan and Yuya or Great-O-Khan and Tsuji, and they had problems getting to that. So that must be planned. That must be part of it. It's like they're kind of like hugging each other, and then all of a sudden he gets that judo throw. They just haven't figured out how to communicate what they're doing to the audience quite yet with that.
Yeah, put them in lots of previews together beforehand, and maybe we'll be getting that spoilers. Yeah. So this match is really cool, but there's also a part here where there's a part of the match where Callum is like, I got Sonata down. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can put the Paradise Lock on. Yeah, it's not happening, and he gets thrown out of the ring and planched. So no, that's not gonna work. But here is the surprise, and I'm like, all right, I can get behind this feud. Yu Uemura rolls up Great-O-Khan 1, 2, 3 for a pin. We need something else for both these guys to do. And I said, we need someone actually good against Great-O-Khan next. Yeah. And, I said Taichi, but he's done kicking pro wrestling. And I'm glad it's Yuya instead. So this is awesome. Both men are fighting post match, and Great-O-Khan's just fucking pissed off. In fact, he decides, you know what, I'm going to go Yuya again. Deadbolt suplex, and Yuya just stands tall. He's just like holding up his belt. Like, I pinned you, and now I did my move on you. Like, yeah, it's happening. Yes, please.
I thought Great-O-Khan was a sore loser, which was pretty great, and this is a great feud. It will be somewhat goofy, but it's going to have good wrestling. You know what I mean? So, like, that's key, right? And this is kind of the beginning of what we're seeing here is that it's just five guys feuding with LIJ, or are they feuding with United Empire? So we'll talk about that later, because it's usually a lot of times your factions will go with each other, So we'll talk about that a little later. But I really like this match a lot. The gorilla press slam on Doki was like, oh my God, that's so funny. And then, but the sit in the corner thing, I was like, oh, no, not at all. So, I do see that after this match, Jeff Cobb walks over and joins English commentary, and I gave it a little bit of a chance. So, you know what I mean? So maybe we'll see some stuff in there. We'll have some mention. But next, Luke, we have a crazy match. So this is less a review and more of a list of things that happened, because I was trying to think, I can't really call all these moves, so I'll just figure out a different way to cover this, which is probably ends up being the same way. But this is a three-way tornado tag match for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight tag titles. It is the War Dogs versus Catch 22 versus the International Jet Setters, right? So will you tell us about the Jet Setters entrance with the jetpack and all that shit?
Oh, that's fucking cool. Fucking, yeah, because she's got... I thought it was a fucking proton pack. It wasn't.
That's what I thought, too.
It was a jetpack. Is he trying to do the Rocketeer or something like that?
That's a great movie, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
It's so he comes out and he's got this backpack on, and we see that Kevin Knight definitely looks like he's got the Marty haircut. He's like,
oh yeah,
what? Except he didn't dye his hair like Taguchi or wear a wig. But anyway, it gets up, and fucking Kushida, points at the watch and points in the air, and all of a sudden, smoke starts coming out of the fucking jetpack. It was absurd, and I'm in. Loved it, So Anyway, all right, this match was really awesome, and all kinds of stuff happened. TJP has the face paint on, but it's like half his face, so like, ooh, maybe it'll come out. And man, I'm sorry, I just don't care. Like,
yeah, I'm going to piggyback on what you're saying. I was loving Catch 2-2, and then it's like TJP just decided to own business for himself, or just be weird or something like that. Like, that was gold for me. Like, why are you trying to do others? I don't know, man. I'd ride that for a bit. Like,
okay, so who is the weird guy in United Empire? There's one guy who's fucking weird as fuck, right? Great Khan. Let him do that bullshit. I don't know why. It just doesn't fit in when it's TJP for some reason. I don't know. It's also, he's just, that's always been his problem, is he's not charismatic, right? He's just a tremendous in-ring competitor. He's like,
he's amazing. He's amazing.
Right, but so it's like adding this stuff feels like it's painting, a wall that's black with white paint, but you can still see it coming through. That's what it's like, So anyway, all right, but the rest of these guys are fantastic. TJP's fantastic also, but Cobb cheers from the press box, which is against the law. Not allowed to do that, but it's gonna be okay. Marty's not out here, so he'll allow it. So anyway, Bullet Club have their BDSM like holsters thing, and they have skull masks like they're the fucking Shield, which I thought was funny. So we got Dan Baloney and Clark Connors, obviously, and they come out, and as soon as they come out, everybody fights it. And ain't no way we can call all the spots in this match. So here are the highlights. Akira does all kinds of cool creative double moves, meaning hitting two opponents in succession or at the same time, and he's got like 100 of those, and he busted out 99.
Oh my God.
So it was awesome. We get a 4-way face wash from TJP, and the crowd's into it because they're beating up Bullet Club, right? So they're into that, so it's okay. Which is funny because the last time he did it, he did it to someone in LIJ, and they were like, "Fuck you!" So
not having that.
That was so funny. So TJP does his like, I'm going to put 4 guys in a hold at one spot. That's fun. And then we get one of the coolest moves I've ever seen, is that like, it's so weird. So it's Canadian Power Slam by the Rhino, right? The Wild Rhino or whatever. He's 100 proof. And this motherfucker is like hanging. He's kind of hangman through the middle rope, laying on it sort of, and then comes alive to hit somebody with a fucking power slam, and it looks incredible. So good. So that woke me up, man. I wasn't asleep. Woke me up.
That was definitely one of my instant, like, I messaged, oh my God, Canadian Power Slam. And then then I rewound that and watched that a couple times. And then not long after that, fucking Clark Connors just hits like a mad ass fucking pounce on Kevin Knight. Just right at home.
Yeah, pounces him over the ropes and on to all the other wrestlers who are waiting below.
It helps that Kevin Knight just gets amazing air from it as well.
And he also does that thing. I don't know if I've talked about it for a while, but that thing that like AR Fox can do. And there's a couple guys that can do it, but it's only a few that really do it like this. It's where he just floats. Like he comes down slower than a human can come down. It's like he gets up there and then he floats to the mat. And it's like, what is happening? That is so crazy looking. I don't know how he does that, but it must be something to do with footwear. So anyway.
That's news.
So Bullet Club, they slow the match down and they fuck up Kevin Knight for a while. And there's a big comeback from Kevin where Kushida throws everyone into the front row so that Kevin can dive over the fucking ropes, over the guardrails, into the front row on everybody. And it's great. And they're all dead. So we get the count. They're getting to 20 and they all get in the ring at once to break the 19 count. There's a sky high from Kevin Knight for 2 on somebody. Total elimination from Bullet Club for 2. And then Connor spears Kushida Canadian style, who then skips off the corner of the ring, and it looks real ouchy. That looked like it hurt really bad. So anyway, everybody gets in the pool. It goes on and on and on. And TJ he accidentally missed, or no, he on purpose missed Baloney, meaning Dan Baloney, Drilla Baloney. And there's a total elimination on Kushida. A catch 2-2 almost win, but it's broken up by Connors, who would never do that. but he has to, in this case, right? He has to break up the pin, which is really fun. It's funny to see him running in, doing like a babyface dive to break up the pin.
Yeah, it's
when
fucking hilarious.
It's funny. Anyway, so there's a whole bunch of near falls. The camera misses some dives while TJP and Kushida fight over holds. They're like trying to get holds in and fighting and stuff. Jet Setters get both catch 2-2 guys in hoverboard locks. All right. But Bullet Club break that up too. They break that up too. It's so funny. Those fucking Bullet Club guys. So Jet Setters are like, we were in TNA. We're going to do Motor City Machine Gun moves. So they do that, which is funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, spears from Bullet Club to both Jet Setters, then drill a killer on Kushida and no chaser on Kevin. All right. Kushida's acting like he might be out cold, right? But it turns out he's not the one that got stiffed in this match. So there's a full clip. And the champs retain. Bullet Club wins. Baloney goes right to the back. He's fucking pissed, all right? And I'm thinking, I hope his shoulder's okay, because, he's had the shoulder problems, right?
Yeah, right.
But we'll talk about it when we get towards the end of the show, because his backstage comments were illuminating.
Yeah. Awesome. I can't wait to hear about that. Man, this match was awesome. Just right away from the start. Kevin Knight hits a tilt-a-whirl in the first opening minute on Akira, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right, this is what we're getting, are we? And it wasn't always 100% perfect timing wise or anything like that, but so much went right that you just don't care about anything that didn't 100% get pulled off, Oh, it was just so much fucking fun, and I just feel sorry for Cussy.
No.
Kushi.
Man, fucking Chris Charlton was doing that.
Look, when Kojima does it, Breadman does it, that's cool. And Chris does it, it's like, yeah, don't do that. But there's so many amazing fun spots, and I that double wrist lock, I was just like, all right, Empire lose a lot, so I can see this being the finish. Nope. So they had me believing, but
fucking hoverboard lock, that should be, but Kushida's trash, so his finisher doesn't work. So,
dude, I don't know why they've done him so dirty like this. He's come back to New Japan and been done everything they've asked of him.
Yeah, I think he might be in the position he wants to be in. Who knows?
Yeah,
you know
maybe.
What I mean, it's just funny that he'd get a little cow and hand and mouth foot disease, and you're in trouble with the office. So
you'll never get to wrestle Ishimori,
right?
I bet they're both in different blocks of. Oh, man, I don't know what we're talking about.
They're so perfect too because they're both fuck your arm.
Yeah. Oh well. But if Despy did the numero dos, he'd have the leg right around his mouth near the foot, and
he'd do the numero dos with the arm and call it numero uno. That's what he do. So.
Oh, all right. So that match was fantastic. I just had a blast. I'm very happy with who won. Actually, I don't think I would have cared so much who would have won.
Yeah. So that's another thing is that Bullet Club retain. We'll talk more about how they feel about that later, but how I feel about it is good. I want Bullet Club strong. And if these guys are fucking monsters, let's keep them that way, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And they need a bit of that at the moment because, one of their guys has just come back from a short injury, hopefully, and he's all right, Mr. Finley. And another guy is just fucking retired. So, yeah, they need to keep some of their boys strong. Except for Gato, of course.
Poor Gato.
No one wants to see that. Yeah, he'll be fine. So next we have a match that I'm like, oh, this is really what you're going to put on after we got this match. But I'll tell you what, I don't hate Team Bishamon versus Kent and Chase Owens. I had a good time with it. It's not as good as the previous match, but I don't know, it worked. Though it is weird seeing Yoshihashi towels in the crowd. Can you buy those, or are these fans extra weird and were so upset you couldn't buy those because they don't exist and they made them?
They made them, yeah. They made them. You know what Yoshihashi said when he saw him? Ah! That's what he said.
He said, "Give me some money," but
Ah!
Also, Jeff Cobb calls these guys the fishermen as well.
Yeah,
So,
I loved it. I was like, oh, Cobb reset the whole fisherman thing. I was like, yes,
thank
fisherman
you.
forever.
Oh my god! And apparently Kenta made it to this show with 30 minutes to spare. So that's nice because apparently he defended the Defy title or whatever Defy is.
He defied to defend it.
That's right. He defied the odds and made it in time for his job that he was booked for. That's awesome. Bullet Club. Oh, they attack, but yes, it's the Bishamon guys. They take over, and I'm going to allow it because I don't care about the assisted hip toss thing that Goto and Yoshihashi do. I don't care about that, but I do like seeing guys getting suplexed on other guys for some reason. Like I always like this. So he just suplexes Kenta onto Chase Owens. And I'm like, you're right, Goto. I've been ragging on you a lot lately, but I like shit like that. I'm a simple guy.
I mean, I'm going to keep ragging on him just to let you know. So.
I'm sorry. You've compared to me lately, you've been blowing smoke up his ass. So, like, get out of here.
Not anymore. Not after this piece of trash.
Oh, my God. Hey, Bullet Club, they take it outside. Into the railing. And Cobb saying, like, he'd retire from wrestling if he lost to Yoshihashi.
I loved it. Because
they're talking about how mad Kenta's just being really fucking stiff on Yoshihashi. Because, story being is, like, he can't fucking believe that he lost to Yoshihashi. Doesn't even care about Bochan anymore. I'm just going to beat the shit out of Yoshihashi. So I like this. I actually like the kind of attitude that Kenta's always had towards Yoshihashi because it turns what could be a one-sided feud into something a little bit more fun.
Right. He didn't take Yoshihashi seriously, and he lost because he didn't take him seriously. So now he's taking him seriously, kind of,
Just a little bit. Because he's like, all right, because now I think enough time has passed to be like, all right, you beat me once, but there's no way of doing that twice. But this match turns out to be a lot of fun. And also, watch Yoshi. I can't believe I'm saying this. He's actually kind of all right with a lot of the timing in this. It's even a really nice spot where Chase is going for, the package pile driver. And he gets Goto up high. But no, Goto gets back down on his feet. And then, boom, Yoshihashi's there. Really snappy with a headhunter. I'm like, was that Yoshihashi? Did Yoshihashi just do that?
That was a trick camera angle.
It must have been. Anything to not give credit to something Yoshihashi did actually kind of well.
Those directors, they're doing a great job, camera guys.
So I feel like this could have been a match for us because I've been down on this feud, but I guess now the blow-off match is here. It's over now. I'm kind of, I'm into it. So I'm really entertained by this stuff. There's some gnarly strikes. Really cool reversals. There's even a sneaky chair shot by Kenta, which made me laugh. But after trying Shoto several times on Chase Owens, they're like, no, fuck you. You're getting Shotoed, bitch. And they Shoto Chase Owens and Goto pins. And just as we thought, come on, man. They're going to build the division back around Bishamon again because they're both, I guess, healed up and had a bit of time off. Let's go. I guess
everybody left that's going to leave, so... It's like, all right, these guys again. We called this months ago, right? I mean,
of course.
Something we've been talking about for months. So for me, this match was kind of like, I don't know, it was like watching paint dry a little bit. You gotta, it has to happen, right? So what's going to happen. The paint's just going to dry, right? So
yeah,
I don't know. It wasn't a matter of that as well. I was just a little bored by it. I was highly entertained by Cobb laughing though when fishermen were getting their ass kicked. That was good times, so that made me happy. But, what really made me happy is I was surprised because suddenly we got an announcement here, Luke, and we got the competitors announced out of nowhere for the Best of the Super Juniors 2024. And so we're going to talk about it. We got a bunch of regulars, and then I will do the first 10, and then hopefully you will have the second 10. Does that sound good?
I wrote all the names down.
Okay, so I wrote them down in order, And I do have one that has a couple that have commentary. So we have Taguchi, obviously, Funky Weapon. We have El Desperado, which every year I say, man, I hope he wins, and I hope it's his last one, just because I want him to be heavyweight. But next we have Kevin Naito, which, he was great last year. Looking forward to it this year.
Fuck yes.
Next we have Yo. Interesting. We'll see what happens with that. Another perennial tournament guy is Hiromu Takahashi and also Bushi. And then they announce what makes me upset. I was really liking this show, and then the Fisherman won. And then they tell me that fucking T-Todd is coming back for Best of Super Juniors. And I will wrap up my part here by saying that Catch 2 are in this. And it's TJP and Akira. I thought you were heavyweight, TJP.
Yeah, what's going on? Is he going to try and get himself into the G1 as well?
Man, come on now. Can't do that. You're not.
I want Espy in that spot. Get out of here. But, all right. So I guess I'll do the next 11. All right. And it's a pretty fucking stacked 11. We got Doki. Win.
Win 2 matches. Win 2 matches. Wait. How many does he need to win? 3? 4?
No, we want him to get to 8 points.
Okay. He had 6 last year. Okay.
Yeah.
So the problem with Doki last year is he stalled out because he got 6th the year before or something, and he matched it again that last year, and it was like, we didn't get that story progression, but and he lost to Hiromu again, I think so.
Yeah. But he's got a bit of armor on him right now, so that might save him. We've got, oh my God, I'm so happy. Robbie Eagles.
Yeah!
Hell yes. It's been way too fucking long, Mr. Robbie Eagles. But he's been busy tearing it up all over Australia and all that kind of stuff. We got Taiji Ishimori. Hell yes. Oh, we got that son of a bitch. Hell yeah. I can't wait. Yoshinobu Kanemaru. It's the tournament where the Kanemaru Gambit was born. Oh. So we got Kanemaru. Of course, we've got Sho. We've got Clark Connors and Driller Maloney. Hey, Kosai Fujita. Hell
That's
yeah.
great.
Can't wait. Blake Christian. Whoa.
Yeah. Now, did you notice his moniker was All Heat? He used to be All Heart, so I guess he's a heel. So we'll see what that's
Blake
about.
Christian. We'll see that.
He's representing Ring of Honor.
That's awesome. Cool. Yep. And then so that's cool. You've got your Ring of Honor connection there. And then this is pretty cool. From Noah, we have a Ninja Mac and Hayata.
Yeah.
And crowd reception to that was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, they marked out for the fucking Hayata and Ninja Mac, because Ninja Mac's the guy that does like 300 backflips. He's kind of like he's made for that kind of tournament. That's his whole thing. But
yeah,
what do you think?
Gonna be, I think it's fantastic. You've got all your kind of traditional New Japan wrestlers that you'd expect to be in there, and some really cool surprises as well.
Blake Christian, tremendous wrestler. Tremendous. He's going to do very well. He's going to be like, Dan Maloney was last year, where, although at first, remember Maloney, we were like, and then he just proved himself as the tournament went on. I'm happy. This is like Clark Connor's probably like 4th one or 3rd one or something. I can't wait to see what he does. Akira, really awesome. And hopefully Akira will be in the same block as Desperado. You got to do that, right? You got to. And I wouldn't be mad if the finals
was Akira Desperado.
Right. Well, I don't want to spoil the end of our bracketology episode, but that is what, I would be very happy about that. And here's the thing is at the end, let's say Desperado wins. He wins. And who's there to present the trophy to him? Well, it's the winner of last year. It's Master Wado. We're all
right itself.
He was on commentary, you see, but then his buddy won, and here we go. Anyway, that's my fantasy dream book for the Best of Super Juniors 2024. But anyway, Luke, next we have something to talk about. It's not necessarily a match, really. It's like something different. And I have to tell you, so many times I've been to 1,000 wrestling shows, probably like literally 1,000. And so after you go to a bunch of wrestling shows, you see people get hurt sometimes, and it's like one of the coolest things ever. It's a terrible situation to see someone get hurt. It's bad. Let's get that part out of the way. Now,
Of course.
what is the part that is the good part? The part that can be like something that is appreciated is what everyone else does when that happens, right? There's a wrestler from my area named Ron Mathis, and he's like a fucking old pro. He's been around forever. And like more than once, I've seen him just bail out an entire show after somebody got hurt. Like just so somebody gets hurt and he's just like, oh, fucking here we go. And just like takes over, figures out what the best angle is and goes with that. And everybody just follows along. And that's kind of what happened here. I'm sure they got help from the back or whatever, but this was something that happened that was unfortunate, that got saved in a way that was like spectacular. So what do we got? We got IWGP Junior Heavyweight title match. It is Yo versus Show, your favorite matchup, Luke. But this is different, right?
Yeah.
It's just different for many reasons. And, there's not really any entrances. They just kind of run out and they're chasing each other around. And Yo tries to win right away. And suddenly his shoulder there's a bone like trying to get out of his shoulder. It's like, nah, man, I'm not
fucking gnarly, man.
He's like, I'm not in there anymore. I want to go over there. And so part of his arm is not working. Now he tries to keep going. And Kenta Sato, this is one of those moments where like a shoot moment in wrestling, not a work shoot, like a real shoot moment where Kenta Sato doesn't want to call the match. We always talk about why do the referees, they let everything go on. And in kayfabe, it's because they don't want to call the match because of this reason, this real reason, because it meant so much to Show, right? And you can see Kenta Sato, there's like a real human moment going on there. And Yo's like, fuck! And he yells shit, and you can see his shoulder. It's super gross. He tries to keep going, but Kenta Sato calls the match because he has to. So what a moment. Okay, so Show is like, okay, I'm going to grab this opportunity. It sucks ass. That's my friend. But I'm going to just grab this opportunity and just go with it. So he laughs. He has a good old time and celebrates. And while that's going on, Fujita kind of just walks out, right? And this is all going on while Yo is just struggling to like get to the side, and they're trying to figure out what to do with him, right? He can walk, so eventually they get him up, they move him to the back, right? And the crowd starts chanting his name, right? But he's like openly weeping as he's walking to the back. The camera catches all this. They walk back with him. They decide, we'll get back to Fujita here in a second, and they just follow Show right up the ramp into the outside. And it's really hard not to feel for him. So, Luke, what did you think at this point, when you saw Yo, walking up the ramp with his shoulder out fucking crying? What was that like for you?
I think people in the house used to be making noise when I'm watching the wrestling, but they heard oh, holy fuck! What is it? This dude's fucking shoulder's popping out. And I couldn't. That's not something I rewound. Like, but you said it right. Like, I'm sure Show inside is just like, oh man, my fucking bro's just, man, that sucks. We were going to have a match. I feel really bad. But on the outside, he grabs the belt and acts like he just won a 20-minute fucking title match. Like his champion, thus giving him more heat, because how did he win he won the title with a count out, and now he retained the title with a fucking ref stoppage. That was bullshit,
right.
So,
well,
he's managed to turn what could have been a disaster and just kind of been like, well, this makes me look like a giant prick. I'm going to milk this for heat.
Yeah, that's what he wants. And, it's like the thing where a wrestler accidentally gets blood. Well, let's fucking use it, right? So that's what they do. And it's just instinct for these guys, and they just pull it off. So we already have Fujita in the ring, right? Why is he there? All of a sudden, Doki appears, and I'm like, fuck yeah. The crowd's like, Doki? Are you fucking kidding me? Doki! Doki! The crowd is on fire for Doki, and he says he beat Hiromu. So fuck you, Fujita. Which is so funny. So he kind of tells Fujita to fuck off, and Show gets on the mic, and he talks about how tough it's been making his way through this really hard match, and he can't believe how disrespectful they are after all that he's been through to get to this point. So he trash talks Doki, and Fujita acts like he's leaving, but he destroys Sho with a springboard dropkick. He holds up the belt. Doki grabs the belt too, but he takes the belt for safekeeping. All right. And Doki says the winner of Doki versus Fujita will get the title match versus Sho. And I mean, they saved that. That was tremendous pro wrestling that didn't have any moves, had nothing to do with wrestling itself. Man, what a segment.
They managed to turn that around. I love the segment. I hate that Yo got injured. But it also made me think that, okay, I think Sho was going to win this match anyway, because they, I guess they had this ready to go for post-match, So I like it. Vegeta's cocky, and he's like, "You ain't shit, Sho. This might be my chance to get the title." And Doki's like, "Bitch, I beat one of the most dominant champions. I've got my Hiromu armor has not worn off yet. Are you crazy? And then him just turning around to, I think he's gonna hit Sho with the belt or just do a daybreak or something instead. He puts the mic right under his mask like this, so he looks like that guy from South Park.
Oh my god.
Here's what's going to happen. Sorry, I'll stop doing that. But he pretty much just tells Sho that, hey, Vegeta and I are going to have a match. You can face the winner of that match, which it's not like we face, the winner of our match faces you. No, you face us. So putting a bit of stank and shade on Sho there. And you know what? Since you're a douchebag, you don't deserve this title. Doki just takes the title with him because in his mind and Vegeta's mind, they're going to have a fucking IWGP junior title match against each other.
That's right.
Not a number one contenders match. So as far as they're concerned, Sho's the number one contender, and they're just seeing who the new champion is. I like it.
I mean, everybody's kind of cocky here, and I feel like it's going to blow up in everyone's face in a very entertaining way. So I'm into that big time. I'm interested to see what happens. But Luke, we are faced with a dilemma because either I need to do the next match or you need to do 2 matches in a row. What will it be?
Do you want to? Yeah, you can do it. Do you want to do it?
All right. The next match is special tag match, reffed by Marty Asami, which makes it twice as special. It's Shota Umino and Jon Moxley, Death Rider guys, versus Jack Perry and Ren Narita. And the camera follows Jon Moxley and Shota Umino through the hallway, into the ring area, and they come out to Shota's music, which is pretty cool. Not Jon Moxley's really slow, fucking, almost like psychedelic blues music or whatever, which I really like that. I really like his New Japan music because it fits him a lot. But anyway, Shota's a lot more exciting. And I don't know if this is just me seeing this, but Shota Umino is I just feel like that he is really getting to a different level. He's just up there. He's kind of one of the best wrestlers they have. And I'm seeing it throughout this match and throughout everything he does. Just his presence alone is showing that he understands what his role is. He knows what he's doing, and he's going to do it better than a lot of people can. And it's awesome. Anyway, so the camera follows those guys. They come out. Everybody fights. House of Torture used the power of cheating to take over on the baby faces. And they take turns beating the shit out of Shota Umino, and he's selling like a fucking badass. Moxley gets in for a hot tag, and Charlton says that Moxley can't read, but he wrote a book. So anyway,
you can talk into a recorder.
I mean, he's from right up the street from where I live.
Can you read,
Chris Charlton? I'm trying to read right now. So maybe
you did say trying.
So Moxley gets the bulldog choke in on Ren, and Marty Asami, he leans up, he looks at what's going on, he looks Ren Narita right in his eyes, and he asks him, he says, "Give up!" It's awesome. So Oh, there was an exploder on Moxley and Narita on the floor. Oh my god. So now it's all kinds of heat on Moxley for like 30 seconds. I was like, okay, here comes the bad guys beating up Moxley, but it lasts like 30 seconds, which made me laugh. So hot tag from Shota Umino. He gets a shit in brother on Jack Perry, and we get a Macho Man elbow from Jack Perry. Double dives from the Death Riders. They both do dives, but Shota's is the like DDT, like apron thing, so not really a dive because he doesn't really do dives. So anyway, because he's smart. But Ren and Moxley, they face off alone, and Moxley absorbs some kicks, and he hits a superplex for 2. Cobra Twist, and Marty looks at John Moxley. He doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to. But
it's his job, though. He has to.
He looks him right in the eyes, and he says, give up. Like that. And Moxley doesn't give up. But that was pretty fun.
I like that. You didn't do the give up. It's like Marty was just like, give up.
So push up bra choke on Moxley. Oh my god. Shota sacrifices himself and gets hit by the push up bra. Death Rider, and Moxley pins Ren Narita. Where the fuck was hot?
I don't know.
Devising their plan for the next match, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
On the bus.
I felt like in this match, by the way, the start makes me laugh. Jack goes to Chris. He's like, hey, where's Walker? He's not here. Oh, well, I like him better. So,
me too, buddy.
And then Jack Perry doing like 2 northern bridging suplexes, then an elbow drop onto Shooter was fucking cool as hell. So he's getting a bit more comfortable. So that their chemistry is getting better from their first singles match, I reckon. So yeah, no surprise. You do preview tags and you work a lot more. You start getting a better rhythm with each other. So I liked it. It was good stuff.
They got a match coming up at Windy City Fart. So just saying.
That's true. There is a windy fart that is coming. And all right, I'd be lying if I didn't say I wasn't like super amped up and excited for this. I know I want my bad motherfucking belt to be a bad motherfucking belt, but I don't know. I was excited for Evil versus Shingo with sort of Kanemaru as a special referee, but we get an awesome hot video package. Hey, and I think I understand how it starts because they're like, yo, Kazo, which is welcome. So I'm like, oh, welcome to the House of Torture? Is that what they just said? Cool. Yeah. Which is awesome. It's just showing you like all the evil shenanigans they've done and how they've disrespected the fucking Never Gold. Oh my God, how dare they?
He put a couple coats on there, you know?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, so do we have to come out with one of these? That's just like
that's actually a good idea.
Yeah, you know, get a bit of hot merch. You know, so that's
they are probably very litigious, though. You know what I mean? We gotta watch out. So
yeah, that's
nobody tell.
That is true. We get this extended Shingo intro with the flower blossoms falling and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So.
It's April. The fucking cherry blossoms are blooming in Japan. They're blooming in Ohio.
Yeah.
It's a new beginning.
So we
got that one.
We got Kanemaru and Togo already out with Evil, and Marty's just like, no. Kanemaru's even wearing the ref shirt, and he's like, get the fuck out. And he shoves them both, and he just kicks them out.
Marty got put over by Jeff Cobb for being an accomplished amateur worker, brother.
Yeah. Wow.
Couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that Marty Asami had any wrestling training.
My only theory that I've just thought of right now is that Chompy fucking makes sure that Jeff Cobb has his like favorite spot on the bus each time.
He's driving the United Empire bus now, or he's not, and that's why they like him. Maybe that's
right. It. There's all sorts of.
Kenta Sato is driving the fucking United Empire bus. It's Kenta Sato.
Oh, David, no, I'm not having that. And there's only one bus driver, and he's Marty Asami. Hail to the bus driver, man. By the way, the crowd's loving this, and barely anything's happened except for Togo and Kanemaru getting kicked the fuck out. And you know what? You know you're working as a heel where Evil gets booed like Shingo gets on the top rope to do something to him, and then Evil just rolls out of the way. Doesn't do anything dirty or illegal, just rolls out of the way, and the crowd, boo! Because they want to see Shingo just fucking splat on this one.
The crowd was so good. They were so good. They responded to everything, just like it was like a technical masterpiece or something. It was like that, but with cheating, you know? So.
And then something happens. Evil's lying on the ground, and then Shingo's like this, like does some kind of pose. And I'm like, never seen that before. And I'm like, oh, that must be the dragon pose. All right. That's, I don't mind seeing a bit of that. That's, hey,
I like Ska.
Shingo's having fun.
You know?
That's right. He definitely likes Ska. He then drops some elbows, and there's a scent on Evil. Shingo is friends with Abe. I think they've done this before, but it works here again because all the spots are a little different. But it's the spots where like Evil wants Abe knocked the fuck out, but Shingo's like, oh no, hey Abe, we're buddies, right? Yeah, all right, fish play, good, very good.
You and me, Abe. It's great, and the crowd loves it. They respond to it big time.
But then he falls out of the ring. Nah, he's fine. But then Evil just fucking smashes him against the apron and then does the Abe spot. And Abe fucking fun. And I'm just laughing my ass off. That's fucking hilarious. Evil goes for chair baseball, but like this is another thing I really love about this match. He goes for chair baseball, but Shingo's like not having it. So he hits Shingo with a baseball swing, but kind of differently. It's like it's not the same spot, but it's done different. This is what I like.
It's a couple steps where Evil has to like distract him to do it. You know, it's like he just adds a couple steps because it's Shingo and he adds a couple steps to everything. You know,
but I feel like they both kind of do this. It doesn't matter if it's like a goofy comedy spot or actual like wrestling spots, but these guys have obviously had matches together before, and they're not giving you the same match. They'll do some of the same things, but they'll put different spins on it, or they'll just add a level to it, and that just makes it so interesting to me. The crowd fucking boos the chair spot, of course, and Chris is on the commentary saying, I kind of respect Evil's cheating creativity, which I've been saying that for over a year now, so you're stealing my shit.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be the baby face, like play-by-play guy.
Yeah, it is a good call though. Like, I don't respect what they do, but they are creative at doing it.
Cobb was like, "What?" I thought it was pretty funny.
Oh my god! And because I think Evil and Show are two of the fucking innovators of cheating right now. The other Class of Torture guys are all right, but these two.
Kanemaru, are you
Kanemaru? All right, sorry.
Just
all right.
Leave Yujiro out, and it's everybody.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like the two main faces of House of Torture for the heavyweight division and junior division are Evil and Show. So like, there's more of a highlight on those two guys. But
they were champions at this point. Yes.
Yeah. So it's so fucking cool. Like Evil, he stops Scar. Fucking boo! and this is the portion where both men just do so many really cool reversals and misdirects, but hitting each other with the same kind of moves. They always hit each other just with different steps or different angle to it. I'm really into this. I'm still into it when Yujiro comes out. Oh, it's right after, Scar. Yujiro comes out. Evil fakes an injury. I'm like, come on, man. But Evil knows no one believes it. It's only so Yujiro can get the corner pad off. Come on. That's all it needs to happen. Bushi comes out, and I'm like, that's not Bushi. That's Dick Togo. Like,
what?
Like, right that. How do I know? Like, come on. This is Dick Togo right here, right? No offense, Bushi, but like, Togo's got the fucking the broad shoulders and the big like so I know. And I like the little tease though when you get a little tease for his tattoo, and then the commentary is like, oh yeah, it's Dick Togo. Oh, so it's not Bushi, it is Dick Togo, but the the real boot. Hang on. Yeah. So the real Bushi comes out and he misses a whiskey spit and he gets Marty. Oh no. So that means Ref Kanemaru's out.
God damn it.
And Kanemaru's got his back turned while dick-to-dick contact happens on Shingo, which is making me laugh. Kanemaru does, like, he feels like Shingo just disrespects him as a ref, so he does an Inzaguri on him. Then there's a magic killer. Fast count for 3. Hiromu comes out, though, in a ref shirt, and he's like, nah, that's bullshit. Restarts the match. So I'm crying now. That's just amazing.
It wasn't 3, though. It wasn't 3. He kicked out. He 100% kicked out of the fast count. And they were like, oh, it's 3. And they rang the bell. And it was like, no, that's not 3.
That's right. So, but Kanemaru still called for the bell, which was wrong. Oh, no, not really, because it's all House of Torture.
He's not the ref. He is not the ref. So.
And then, but Hiromu's not the ref either, but restarts the match. And then he helps Shingo.
It never ended.
So I'm fucking laughing. Hiromu's taken out. There's a low blow by Evil. But, oh my God, and this part is so fucking funny. Whilst Shingo does an everything is Shingo on Evil, it's like, hook your arm, sell my balls, hook your arm, sell my balls again, do the everything is Shingo, sell my balls, go for a 2 count. I like, man, you and Taichi have gone to ball selling school. Oh, that is so fucking good. Hiromu, he goes to do a count, but Kanemaru slides in and beats him up. Like they have any authority at all. They don't. It's so much.
It's symbolic. Getting that 3 count is symbolic one way or the other, So
the only thing that's not 100% well timed is here, but this match was so well done. I don't care. There's just Shingo whiskey speed into Evil's face. Pimpy's supposed to do a powder spot, but he's a little early. Doesn't matter.
Like, he double pumps. He's like, oh, yeah. Okay. He didn't fuck it up though, so that's good thing.
I don't care. I'm already in tears. The match has won me over. And then Red Shoes is out because Hiromu's just like, come on, man, we know you don't like this shit, but like, come on, we need a real ref for the 3. And he's just in time for a Last of the Dragon on Evil. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
New Never Open champion. It is the motherfucking Dragon.
Yeah.
Our boy, one of my favorite wrestlers. It feels good when one of my favorite wrestlers in the world. I know Evil is, but I'm talking, bad motherfucking belt. You know what I mean? Shingo's one of my favorite wrestlers there is, and he has my favorite title, and that's it. All is right with my universe. It's fine. Anything else could happen now. I don't care. And then they decide to double down on that by making it even more awesome. What happens?
So, well, first of all, match fantastic. I
mean,
my
God.
Fantastic. It's so
I
good.
Laughed at so much,
it
man.
might
so
be
good.
my favorite hot match ever. Like, I loved it. I had so much fun. It was like it's like the best of hot. That's what this match is. I loved it. Fantastic. I said that a million times. But
the extra level of Hiromu coming out with the ref shed as well, I was just like, what? Yeah.
So much fun, But LIJ, they celebrate together, and Shingo grabs the mic, and he's like, hey, I'm the 40th Never champion. I fucking love Scott, bro. And the War Dogs show up, and he beat the fuck out of him. And Gabe Kidd seems to be like kind of in a leadership role in this situation. And he's like, listen, all you motherfuckers have been ruining the Never belt. I am Never as fuck, and I am going to challenge you for the Never title and make it Never once again. And I'm like, you think like Shingo's already pretty Never, and now you got Gabe Kidd coming in here accusing him of not being Never? This is going to get pretty Never, Luke.
Them's fighting words. Every time I see a Never Open title match, as soon as the 3 has been counted, and like even before the winner of that match is held to the belt up, I'm like, all right, who's next? I want to know who the next challenger is. Sometimes they make me wait. This time they didn't make me wait, and I jizzed in my pants. We think he's pretty Never. He's a heel. I don't know how he manages to be like this evil, despicable heel, but while also being legit Never as fuck. He bumps to like a Never guy as well. This just hook it up to my veins. I want to go to there. All the sayings, give it to me. I want
It's
this
good,
match.
right? So this was a big reason why we love this show, is because of this in particular. I mean, that's a big reason why I love this show, was this story progression, what's going on, and how I don't care. I mean, I hope Gabe Kidd wins, honestly, because then we'll get more Gabe Kidd in singles matches, and that's kind of what I want. So, like, you know, I know we're going to get that in the G1 too, but like at the same time, in between, we're going to get this. So, pretty cool. Luke, the main event is IWGP heavyweight title match. It's Yota Tsuji versus Tetsuya Naito, and we get a fucking main event video package. It's big time. We got cherry blossoms. We got Tsuji being awesome. We got Naito not giving a fuck, and that's what we got. There are massive cheers for both guys, but Naito's fans are off the charts loud, and the bell rings, and then Tsuji's fans drown out Naito's fans, and I can't believe it. It's incredible. So I think there's tons of overlap. You got 80% Naito fans, like 60%, you know, Tsuji fans, and there's overlap, right? So
it's almost as if like some people in the crowd are like, it's Naito and Naito's friend, but hang on a minute. Maybe Naito's friend. Yota Tsuji's friend.
Yes, could be the case. So Naito dodges some lockup attempts, right, and urges everyone to just calm down. As everyone's like not happy about that. He's like, listen, I need you to calm down. So they run the ropes, and Tsuji stomps Naito's head after Tranquilo. That's awesome. Naito does the whole tricky thing, and like Tsuji's like, fuck you, and stomps his head, and that is his game plan. This is to attack the back of Naito's head with his feet. So it's pretty awesome. Anyway, half the crowd erupts in boos at that point, and the other half chant for Tsuji. It's wild. So it could be 60-40, it could be 70-30. I don't know. It's loud. There's a double stomp in the corner, and Tsuji locks on a waist scissors for rope break spot. Tsuji hits a dive on Naito, and Tsuji continues to work on Naito's like midsection. You know, he's doing that a little bit at the beginning as well.
Soften him up for a gene blasting.
I mean, he's going to blast his jeans one way or the other. We'll see if anyone else's jeans gets blasted in this match too. But there's a really long bow and arrow spot, but it's awesome. Tsuji spits on Naito, leading to a hip toss over the knee. So Naito's like, I love that, because the like new guy spits in Naito's face, and he's like, he not only does he put him over his knee, but he starts his fuck your neck offense by putting him over his knee. That's I like it.
Putting the young boy over his knee,
right? You know, I mean, like that's you know. So anyway, that's like the first life for Naito in this match. So and then he's like, I'm gonna break your neck, and that's what he tries to do. So he even does a neck breaker off the apron to the floor. Like, whoa! So there's a really
team, man. Chill out. Nah, he's got a neck. I'm gonna fuck it up. He
does the old like long leg Nelson like hold, you know, for a rope break, but Naito can't remember how to release the hold. So you know, Red Shoes has to help.
He only went to the first half of that lesson, and then he bailed.
Tsuji hits an absolutely massive big boot. I mean, it's tremendous, right? And then he's like, well, I'm a young lion, and does the body sausage thing. They fight to the apron after a Rana from Tsuji, and there is a very, very, very safe and kind of not that great stomp from like on Naito to the floor, right? It's like the whole thing where Tsuji knows he's going to be able to hit the guy on the apron to the floor with the stomp. And it's kind of like Naito just bumps to the floor by like flipping over, and Tsuji kind of helps. I would say it. So fair enough. That spot is scary.
I'm allow it. It's Naito's having his run. We don't want to fuck the champion.
Yeah, he's not losing tonight. Well,
no.
So, you know, either way. But anyway, so Tsuji...
He's got a match in a couple of weeks with Mark, so chill.
It's great. That starts a count-out spot. Tsuji lays in wait, though, and attacks Naito when he gets back in. But Tornado DDT, and they're both dead. So Naito's up first, then we get some fuck your neck elbows. The crowd cheers for Yota Tsuji. Frankensteiner for Naito, and then he gets the Orange Crush. Tsuji gets the Orange Crush for 2. Flurry of offense from Naito, and he hits a first Destino. And he goes for a second, but Tsuji reverses it and blasts Naito right in his gene. I mean, right in him, you know? So I love that. Anyway, that's a double down, and the crowd is absolutely losing their mind. They're stomping their feet. There's a bouvier spot as they fight to their feet, and Tsuji doesn't have anything but behind his strikes. He's done. He's the babyface, you know? And Naito knows he hasn't. So he hits more fuck your neck, and then Tsuji gets a desperation stomp, and Tsuji puts Naito in a grab. I couldn't believe it. And the crowd goes quiet. They don't like it at all.
No. No, they do not.
He hits another curb stomp, and those fans that were cheering Tsuji before are thinking twice now. There's
no other face faction in because they're rudos, I guess, but there's no other face faction where at one moment you're losing your mind for them, and then the next you just complete silence.
Well, those fans that were like, "Yeah, Tsuji," didn't think he'd actually maybe win. Right, so now that he's possibly going to win, they're like, "Well, no, we didn't want that," So
that's right. Yeah, they're believing.
So funny, dude. So the two wrestlers fight to the top rope, and Tsuji gets pushed off awkwardly. All right, he goes back up, superplex. He grabs Naito again, and the crowd is like, "Fuck you, dude!" They're like, "I am not cheering, or I am not saying." It's a high angle, major Bradbridge, Luke.
Whereas like Yota Tsuji. He's silent. So he's got a big grin on his face. Like,
oh man,
love it. That's so Lij right there.
Well, what happens? You put Naito in the grab a couple times. I mean, he's the real babyface of this match, right? So the crowd starts chanting his name, right? And it's a massive Naito chant from the Ryokuku faithful. And Tsuji hits a double jump stomp for 2. That was his finisher for a second there.
That's right.
But it didn't work. Another swinging slam thingy for like a very, very close 2 count. Tsuji loads up in the corner for a G blast, but Naito rolls back. Monkey flips Tsuji into the corner. It's not perfect, but then Naito blasts Tsuji right in his jeans.
No. How dare you?
That was amazing. But that only gets a 1 count because he knows how to kick out of that move, right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
if that's a finishing move, if you create a finishing move, not only have you perfected doing the move, obviously you've spent a long time taking the move too.
Right.
So you know how to kick out. You don't want to do that for other people's finishing moves so you could easily kick out. But that's just wrestling logic, I guess. I don't know.
It's tremendous. Well, they do also like main event heavyweight reversals here, and Naito hits a brain buster and tries a Destino, but Tsuji blocks it, but gets hit with 2 Destinos right in a row. Naito retains the title. Very good match. The crowd made it great.
Yeah, I agree. So the match starts, and I'm like, "Oh, this is going to be a bit of a slow one, isn't it?" And yeah, it is. But they had me pretty early, I think, despite the pace, because I see both these guys just milking everything and just being smug arseholes to each other whilst they're getting the match started, and I'm into that. Like it's and I don't know. So. Maybe it's the story as well. I really liked Yota Tsuji's journey through the New Japan Cup. I'm a little bummed. The only thing that bums me out about this match is the fact that Windy City Riot's on a few days, right? And they'd already booked Naito versus Moxley. Why wouldn't you do that? You want to sell seats. But it's a title match. Well, but what if he's in a title? Oh, they'll have that match anyway. I'm like, yeah, but you kind of book past Tsuji there, and I don't like that.
Well, but they didn't push that match on New Japan TV. If you want to consider all their shows, their TV, they were not pushing that match necessarily until now, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I thought this match was amazing. You get to see Yota Tsuji just crush it against their top guy. And also not hurt him too much too, because,
right.
I think you and I are behind Naito having a bit of a run. Even if he's wrestling guys we don't mind him losing against, like Yota Tsuji. So, yeah, I thought this match was just fantastic. I think they both did a lot, but also left a little bit for maybe another time as well. They don't do this enough. Just for like, unless it's a tournament. I know. All right, this was born out of a tournament, but they don't usually have a guy from your faction win a tournament, right? They don't usually do that
Right.
anyway.
Well, that maybe wasn't the plan, right? So just seems like
Finley.
maybe that wasn't the plan,
That's right. But I'm not upset because Yotasuji got another title match. He got
This
another chance to shine against a guy he wouldn't normally wrestle because he's in your team, and it fits in story wise because of their history. It was awesome.
it worked out great. And like it's interesting how we talked about how they were so good at saving the Yo versus Show segment. Meanwhile, this whole overall thing was a big saving of the whole Finley injury, right? So it's interesting how they're good at that. They have good booking, which is why we like to watch New Japan.
Yes.
So after the match, Jon Moxley comes out to make it official, right? Oh wait, I forgot. Naito receives a giant novelty check for like a lifetime supply of baseball cards or something. It's so funny. The old man that's presenting the like check to him, he's like, all right, you gave me this check. You know what? You can join Lij. And the guy's like, okay, I'm gonna join Lij. So he puts his fist up, and Naito spits in his face, which is great, and then throws him out of the ring and won't talk until the guy leaves the whole area. He's like, get out of here. Babyface champion.
Yeah, that's your babyface champion. Spits in people's face, throws them out of the ring. Not above giving even his teammates a playful little sack whack sometimes too. He's just a pop-up low blow. Like, this is your face champion that everyone thinks is the coolest person in Japan.
Everybody loves it. The crowd loses their mind. Fuck that guy, whoever he is. He's not Naito's friend, So Jon Moxley comes out and he makes it official. So their matches for the Windy City Fart. And Naito is pretty hilarious. He speaks excellent English. And he says, hey, we're going to get this match. We get a roll call to end the show after Naito gives respect to Yotasuji. I thought that was a tremendous main event. And I thought that show was awesome in general.
I loved Sakura Genesis 2024. I thought it was fucking awesome. Not a bad match in the bunch. Like, even the non-match that ended in, Paul Yo dislocating his shoulder, they just managed to turn that. All right, well, that's not going to be as much as long as we thought, but we have this story stuff planned. Let's go. Let's put it in. And just a masterful performance by Mr. Show, just being like, is he okay? I'll talk to him backstage. Right now, though, I am the champion of the world. He even had the balls to say to fucking Doki and Vegeta, didn't you just see what happened? I'm fucking dangerous.
He worked really hard, Luke.
He didn't even do anything. The guy's shoulder was there. But no.
Well, let's talk about Finley a little bit, because I have kind of like the backstage comments after the show had a lot of like story stuff. Yeah. So Finley, like he in his backstage comment, he said that he's coming for Tsuji because Tsuji stole the New Japan Cup from him because he didn't beat Finley. And the whole reason Tsuji got where he was at was because it's kind of like a work shoot thing, right? So he goes on and on about what's been taken from him, but later on when Tsuji's doing his backstage comments, Finley interrupts him and calls him a failure because he lost. And he's like, you took what was mine and you squandered it. And it's like, good point. So Lij and the War Dogs all show up in this little like backstage segment and they brawl. Bushi and Hiromu want the junior titles. So now it's Lij versus War Dogs, right? As the feud. And, we also have the other stuff that's going on there as well, where we have Finley and Tsuji. So Lij are now feuding with the BC War Dogs. I like it.
I am into it. Bushi and Hiromu have never been junior tag champs. Can you believe that? I don't know why I'm doing Darcy from fucking Married with Children like a chicken. Like
you're doing Doki. You're doing Doki. That's what it does, So, I thought that was great. Another tidbit and nugget here is the Cal Newman. He says he's staying in Japan. I don't care about the world. Japan is where I'm staying. Like, okay, dude. So he's living in Japan. And Akira comes out and he says that it's not over with the War Dogs. Like, he's fucking pissed and at the result of them not winning the three-way match, right? So during Catch 22's comments, Newman and Great-O-Khan bust in, all right? And before TJP could say anything, Great-O-Khan starts yelling at him about how he's like, what is this leader shit? You say you're the leader and these are the results you get? You lost. And he says to TJP, do you understand? And TJP just only responds by looking in the camera and saying, yes, and walking off camera.
There's something that happened. Mind you, I like how Great-O-Khan said that, and you know, he lost to Yu Uemura, but like that's neither here nor there. But he's not calling himself the leader of the team, though. So that's,
right,
there is that.
He screamed at him in Japanese for a while. He was talking about Round Table. He's talking about Will Ospreay and how everyone was equal, and that now Will's gone. Like, you fucked this shit up, and you say you're the leader. We're all the same. Like, it was, you know. He got a promo on his teammates. So that shit was awesome. Dan Baloney. So he left the match angry, right? And he was all pissed off and didn't even want to celebrate with his teammate. So apparently he got stiffed in the ear by Kevin Knight because he was just telling everybody that after the match. So he's like, he is pissed. And it's like, if you could feel it through the screen.
The man has sensitive ears.
Well, he says he's got ringing ears. He can't hear anything, and he hates Japan. He hates the fans. He hates that the traffic lights make Hello Kitty sounds instead of like a regular beeping noise. He doesn't like it. And he says that they should retire the belts because no one else is going to beat them, right? Now, this is before the shit happened with LIJ. So right. I'm sorry. I'm out of order here. Good. But Bullet Club make it clear here that they hate Japan and they hate the junior division in particular.
I'm pretty sure Gabriel Kidd was telling all the Japanese people they could fuck off as well.
Yeah, he doesn't like them, you know.
Yeah.
One more thing. There's two more, Luke. One more. Yuya Uemura, he interrupts the Fisherman and seems to challenge for the tag belts, but he's also got the KOPW thing going on, right?
And he wants all the titles.
It seems like that Yoshi-Hashi's kind of like, well, I'll find a partner, and then, you know, we'll talk. So I think his partner's going to be Sonata, and we'll talk about that. We had guessed Taichi, right? But it's going to be Sonata. So Taichi's got maybe something going on. Interesting. And the last note from the backstage comments is that Moxley comes out, and he says that hot or uncool, but he makes fun of the push-up bra, and he calls them nerds. And then he still respects them, though, because they're great wrestlers. And he puts over Jack Perry, being able to, like, hang in New Japan. He's like, that guy sucks. But you know what? He's been over here, and he's hanging in New Japan, and that ain't easy. So got to give him, you know. So I'm like, good job. That's a tremendous promo for Moxley.
It's a good promo. Like, hey, bury your opponent, then put him over. Like, or vice versa. But, like, that's wrestling, isn't it? Yeah. He knows what he knows what he's saying. Man, well, so was there one more after the Moxley?
That was it. That was all of the things. But like everything from the show kind of works together with the promos and everything. And we're going to go over the next two shows' cards, which will reflect the stories that happened here. It's almost like they had a plan.
It's rhyming poetry and shit.
It is.
Which show's first? Is it Windy or fucking?
It is. So the Windy City Riot Fart is the next show that's going to be available on New Japan World for us to watch. And there's all kinds of shit, man. There's like, I mean, would you like to talk? Do you remember Matt Vandergriff? We called him the pre-show stopper on the last New Japan Strong show. So he's back to wrestle Zane J.
Zane J.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, yeah.
Cool. So we got Trish Adora, Alex Windsor, Viva Van, and Mina Shirakawa. So
we know her. Yeah, she wrestled for the championship versus
Julia.
No, I think maybe it was Julia. I'm not sure, but she's been over on American TV and stuff. Yeah, it's Maya Utami. That's who it was. So also on this show, we have Ren Narita versus Minoru Suzuki. Hey, he's a United States-based wrestler now.
Fuck yeah! By the way, am I missing stuff? Because when did Stephanie Fakir become the strong women's champion?
We talked about it, and I think we even covered the show where it happened. So yeah, you're missing stuff.
Or I'm not remembering shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably that one.
Both.
All right. So cool. I like her anyway. So Stephanie Fakir versus AZM. I'll do it an American way. That'll be cool.
Mm-hmm. They're very
cool. Hey, we found out. Oh, look. The Resco's Wrecking Crew are on the show. Oh, fucking awesome.
But they have to wrestle Fred Rosser and Tom Lawler again. Why?
Yeah. I know. So it is for the strong open weight tag championships, even though like they're all heavyweights. I guess it's it's not very open, is it? It's ELP and Hikuleo, the champs, versus it's Shane Haste and Mikey Nichols. Nice. I've been missing Shane Haste. It's of course the West Coast Wrecking Crew, Jor-El Nelson, Royce Isaacs. Hey, yeah, it's Fred Rosser and Tom Lawler together and stuff. Man, that story never ends. That's going on longer than Rocky Romero and
it's long-term booking, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Well, so West Coast Wrecking Crew, we're gonna be rooting for them to win this. They won't, and it'll be great.
They're getting pinned.
ELP and Hikuleo will be the ones that win, probably, or Shane Haste and Mikey Nichols, and we're gonna hate them for winning. So I can't wait.
Absolutely.
Another match that we've talked about was that kind of got previewed on all these other shows was Shota Umino versus Jacques Perry, and that'll be great. I'm excited. I mean, Shota Umino's already beat him once, and
Jack Perry's beaten him as well. Jack Perry's beaten him once.
Oh no, so it's 1-0 Jack Perry. My bad.
Yeah.
So Jack Perry's beat him. Shota Umino's never beaten him. Will he be able to beat him in America?
Something tells me yes. He's a guy I haven't seen wrestle all that often because he used to wrestle WWE, but I am nevertheless excited to see what he can do against Hiromu Takahashi, and that's Mustafa Ali. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for that.
That'll be really good, guaranteed. And then we have this like no DQs, 10 team members revealed on the actual entrance, so nobody knows, and so it's like a mystery vortex match.
Well, Homicide will be one of them, right?
Oh, I hope so. And like what I'm
thinking, not a criticism.
But Riot Rules match, it's Gabe Kidd's team versus Eddie Kingston. I'm really hoping that Shingo is on Eddie Kingston's team, right? You want that, right?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah. But
bringing the title back to Japan to be here in this next match.
God, I hope so. Well, he's had 3 defenses. I've only seen him win the title.
One was versus Fujita.
Oh.
Sorry, that doesn't count. Come on.
Nah, come on, man. Yeah, it's Matt Riddle versus, Zack Sabre Jr. Fucking twisted this barefooted prick up into a toe submission pretzel and make him tap. And I have no idea what this match would look like, and I'm kind of excited to see what it would look like. It's 2 bump machines, Nick Nemeth and Tomohiro Ishii.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome, man. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And then look at that main event, Moxley versus Naito.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. Street fight or some shit, right? It's yeah. Oh no, it doesn't say anything about it being a street fight, but I feel like it will be. So
Naito's not doing that, brother. Come on.
I mean, we'll see. Trash can to the head is maybe easier than the neck bump on the apron, but so we also, so that's on April 12th, right? Then 2 days later is Wrestling World in Taiwan with 2 title bouts, and we get Stank Belt Championship tournament on this show. So we thought the Stank Belt tournament was going on. We didn't know what was going on, and now we finally learned it's going to be on this show. So that's a thing that's going to happen.
Absolutely. Just to let everybody know, the 6-man Never Open titles, the stank belts, as we like to call them, in case you guys don't know yet.
Thank you.
There's going to be a mini tournament. There's only 4 teams, but I like them. So we've I get it's Yano, Tanahashi, and Bolton Oleg on one team. That's weird, but okay, fair enough. We've got Francesco Akira, Callum Newman, and Grado Khan.
Yeah, I like
hey,
that.
No TGP, I kind of like. All right, can I have this team win? All right, so next, and then we've also got. I saw Shingo retweeting a picture of him from a few years ago when he had like both never titles. So he's like, "Hey, maybe we can do that again." But I'm like, "You only need the good one, man. It's all good."
Yeah.
But Bushi's talking to fucking it's Yoda Tsuji and Shingo going like, "These are my favorite belts. Don't fuck this up for me, please."
I've had these like 20 times. I want to make it 21. Let's go.
That's right. Everyone's breaking records with these belts except me.
Yoshihashi had him with another title. Come on,
man. And our final team. Why? Because you need a team to hate. It is Show Evil. And that son of a bitch, Yoshinobu. There you go. The pretty much the three most creative cheating assholes in wrestling.
Well,
in
and
one
it's
team.
LIJ versus Hot, and Team Unaffiliated versus United Empire. That's the like two matches that we'll see first before the main event. Also, we have the other stank belts, the IWGP Heavyweight Tag belts, and those will be defended on this show. It's going to be Yuya Uemura Sonata versus the Fisherman. I thought it would be Taichi, but I'm kind of glad it's Sonata because they're going to lose.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun match. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know where they go. I could see New Japan keeping them on the Bishamon because of that, but they need to give Sonata something to do, and they're not going to put him back at the top just yet. So maybe that's the thing. Be good for you as well. But dude, I want this so bad, and we're getting it. It's Doki versus Kosei Fujita.
That's going to be awesome. It's not a number one contenders match, like you said.
No,
it's for the title.
They're acting like it's for the title, and that shows the number one contender. Just turning it around like that is really nice. And the crowd's going to, I don't know how much Taiwan is into New Japan. I guess we'll find out, but I'd like to hope that the crowd's going to go nuts and treat this like a title match as well. So,
yeah.
Starlight Kid and Hikaru. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm just treading on you.
That's all right. We have a Stardom match, and it's Starlight Kid versus Hanako, and we haven't seen enough Starlight Kid in New Japan, so I'm excited for that.
Hell yeah. I'm looking forward to that. And, we got Bread and Tiger versus Despy and Sho Mikado. I don't care. I get to see Despy on what I get to see Despy wrestle these two other dudes. That's fine. But Sho Mikado is definitely getting a baguette of death because
it's been a while. Let's bring Bread back. Let's give him the baguette of death on Sho Mikado. There's also like I don't know what does it say. So Wrestling World will be the first event under the banner of Asia Pacific Wrestling Federation, a working group of promotions across East Asia. So we have like a match representing that, and it's like 2U versus Axe Wang. That's what it looks like to me.
Axe Wang.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, it says the Battlefish will want to represent the fine style of Wrestling World, but will the inaugural top of the puzzle champion Axe Wang chop 2U down to size? Tremendous. Chris Charlton probably wrote that.
Yeah, top of puzzle champion. Man, I don't. Yeah, I want to know what that is. Is it like that Traders Challenge where they had to kind of like dig out a puzzle and then like put the pieces together or something?
Man, so the Traders is the greatest show ever, Luke. Right?
It's pretty good. I've watched like 3.5 seasons of it, so it's fine.
You confessed to me recently that it's better than Doctor Who.
Hey, you might have sound bites of me going, Dick to Dick Contact. I quite like that. But you do not have a sound bite of me saying that. And I was
what was it?
No. No.
Okay.
You did try. That's all right. But yeah, I guess we'll talk about that on the next NeverRealm. Also, I hooked my VCR up, and I'm like, do I even have any videotapes? Turns out I had more than I remembered. One of them being the Clerks cartoon. So we're going to talk about that.
So good. I love that. I need to watch it again. I think it's on YouTube. You know,
Probably.
I can find it somewhere, I'm sure.
But I got the VCR set up. I'm watching it on video. God damn it.
Okay, take it easy over there. You know, there's this really cool thing that happens with VHS or just tape in general, is that sometimes the tape head, you know, and all the workings isn't quite perfect, which is quite frequent on a tape deck. And so it's got this kind of like warble that goes along with it, where the tape's kind of speeding up and slowing down at points. And so I have like guitar pedals that like make that sound. You know what I mean? That's like a desired sound in the guitar community, you know, because it's such a cool kind of old school thing. And, you know, once you hear it a couple times in music, you'll notice it's there a lot.
You got so many guitar pedals, man. Like, do you have one that can like simulate human speech? You're just like, wow.
No, that's the talk box, though. You know, that is used on many famous songs, including "Man in the Box" by Alice in Chains.
Wow, 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 wow.
That's the one.
Wow,
Great
wow,
song.
wow, wow.
I love Alice in Chains. Man.
I like their Unplugged more than Nirvana's. So I'm just going to say that right now.
I mean, why you got to compare them? But, you know, at the same time,
to fight.
Alice in Chains is kind of one of the best grunge bands ever. Them and Soundgarden are kind of, you know, top tier music. So
yeah, that is true. I'm just down because like they don't really do that anymore because people died. But yeah, that's a shame. But anyway, are we doing it? You know, unless
yes,
the
feature of our show that we do on every single episode, we will be doing today. It turns out,
yeah. Luke, do your job. Okay.
Well, I was making it clear.
We're a diary entry by motherfucking Tai Chi.
Oh boy, Tai Chi.
It's episode 168. It's called "Good Luck." ... Life. Yeah. So it is a. All right, who do you want to be, Tai Chi or Okamoto?
Well, I believe it's your turn to be Tai Chi, as I am, getting ready to be Okamoto. I didn't know she was interviewing today.
Yeah. Well, you know, you did tell me to do my job. Now I'm telling you to do yours.
Thank you for telling me I had a job. All right. So, yes. Okay. So this is an interview from January 20th, 2024. Okamoto. Hello there, Tai Chi-san.
Ah.
Is there anything you'd like to talk about, maybe?
No, there's nothing in particular. Even if I did, I'd talk about it on a YouTube live stream. I'd like to be involved with the current goings on, but it's all things I don't seem to be able to get involved with. It's a bit of a quandary.
Well, it's been a while since you've had a match, and you haven't done any big projects on YouTube lately. I get the impression that there's not much going on in your daily life either. I'm sorry for being so disrespectful, by the way.
Yeah. Okamoto, what the fuck?
Okay.
Like, sounds like a WWE interviewer, like, just asking them, like, no. Anyway. Well, this is what life as a 43-year-old bachelor is like. What did I think? Sorry. Well, this is what life as a 43-year-old bachelor is like. I did think about going on a solo trip somewhere, though. That's all I've thought about lately. I thought about going to Ishikawa Prefecture if I could, and if there was anything I could do to help, but that I would probably just, get in the way at the moment. I'd like to go there once when things are more settled and spend a bit of money and help the local economy.
Yes, you make sure you make that happen.
I may not be able to use the power of my channel to make it rain a little money, but I'd like to just spread a bit of good cheer.
Rain money?
Yes. What's up?
What was it we were talking about earlier?
I don't know if they're going to be staying or if they're going to quit, but I just hope that they can reconsider their decision if they can.
What?
I'm worried that the voice actor for Saganomiya Kokomi from Genshin Impact will be getting replaced. I don't want anyone else. She has such a cute voice.
No, that's a totally unrelated topic. We're not talking about that right now. What are you talking about?
Idiot. Look up Saganomiya Kokomi-chan.
What?
Dude,
I'm getting
Taichi is the laziest diary writer of the time.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, he'll do an interview with someone or just have a conversation with someone. He's like, I'm going to record this. Is that all right? Yeah, it just has to be 5 minutes. And then he'll take that and he'll be like, here, Chris, here's my diary. Just like,
yeah, I was getting a tear in my eye from all this. It was emotional for me.
That was some random stuff.
Yeah,
it was my beautiful reading voice as well that broke you emotionally. I know that.
I mean, Taichi being alone makes me sad.
No, that's true. Meanwhile, there's I can see like you know that ad where Tanahashi's walk like in the doorway, and like someone wearing a Tanahashi t-shirt just totally blanks him.
Yeah,
that's Taichi and Miho Abe, except Taichi's blanking Miho somehow, some reason.
I mean, he said that he's not good enough for her. It's all self-deprecation.
Only a holy emperor would have that kind of humility and humbleness. That is true. All right. Well, unless there's anything that Mr. Guy would like to add. Where's the thing? Stop setting up. In Gator, we trust.